Hello everyone, we will continue our foundation engineering class. We hope to in the chapter 5, the settlement of shallow foundation. Today we are going to see how to estimate settlement of footing based on PMT test. Okay, based on the Pressuremeter test. This test is used in several countries. I think uh, French people like it a lot. Okay, so there is a possibility to predict the settlement of shallow foundation based on this test. Yeah, so before we start, I would like to remind you what is pressure meter test. I think we did it in chapter 2. You can see here. This slide is from chapter 2. It's not from the chapter we are doing now. So this is the device. You dig a hole and you introduce device inside and you push. Okay, I think using gas, we already explained this. Okay, and you can measure the volume change. This part of the device will like you inflating the this part, and you measure the pressure and volume or diameter of this. Okay, you have also another type that can do the hole itself, self-boring. Okay, self-boring pressure meter like this. So instead of digging the hole by yourself and inserting the device, this one will dig the hole itself. You can see this. Anyway, we did this in chapter 2. And what I wanted to remind you here is this curve, what we are obtaining from this test. Okay, so you can see this vertical axis, we have the pressure, the measured pressure, and here horizontal, it can be volume or diameter. You can, or just radius. Okay, because you know the relationship between radius and the volume. So sometimes here it is radius, but the shape of the curve is usually like this. Okay, so this is just a reminder for you, review. Okay, so now we can start the chapter. We are going to see step by step how to estimate, predict settlement based on Pressuremeter test. And this is possible because of this reference who proposed the way, okay, to predict load settlement diagram of foundation. Okay, so the step one, we are going step by step, at least maybe up to 8 steps. The step one is, of course, to conduct the pressure meter tests at several depths. Okay, wherein you change the depths in the hole at a location, the location where you want to obtain the settlement, means where your foundation will be built. Okay, so you conduct some pressure meter tests, changing depths, and each time you obtain the pressure meter pressure PP, okay, and you obtain this, you just plot a curve. Pressure meter, it's similar to the one I just show you in the previous slide. Okay, but here instead of volume, we are using the change in the radius of the cavity, the pressure meter cavity. Okay, and you will obtain something like this. Okay, this figure, you can see it's similar, the shape is similar to the one we just saw in the previous slide, in the previous chapter 2. Okay, please ignore these curves yet for now. So you will get something like this. Okay. So the first step is to get this for each at various steps. Okay. It like this, you will get it at this point, you will get it at this point, at this point. Okay. You can see various steps. Getting at each point, you will get this kind of curve. So next, let's keep this here. Next step, step number 2. Then after doing that, you work on this curve. Okay. You can see here, it's like a straight line. This part of the curve, you just draw another line, this dash line. Can you see it here? And the place where this line, the dash line, will cut the horizontal axis. It means this point, you will make it like a new origin. Okay. This means re-zero this axis, the delta R0 axis. Okay. And this will be the new origin of this one. Okay. This is step number 2. The step number 3, before we go there, I would like to remind you this. We did this in this chapter 5, section 5, I think. Yeah, section 5, the strain influence factor. And we learned how to estimate this, how to draw this line, this curve. Okay, starting by the IZM, okay, the maximum value, okay, which is here. And for each depth, finding the different depths, how to find the Z1, Z2, we did all this, and how to obtain this value 0.2. It depends on the type of foundation, that means the shape. For example, for rectangular, it will not be same as circular. Anyway, we did this. We learned this in this same chapter 5 and section 5. Please go back and see. You will understand what I'm talking about. So if you can, if you do, after finishing the step number 2, step number 3 in the process of estimating of the settlement based on the PMT is to do this. Okay, you draw the strain influence factor diagram like this. Okay, and then use all the pressure meter test curve with within the depth influence. Okay, you can see the influence is here. Okay, so you don't need to go to, you don't need any pressure meter below that. Means you do the pressure meter test at this depth, and you go deeper again, you do at this depth, you go deeper at this depth, and then all these tests you did, okay, in this influence zone, because after drawing this line, this strain influence factor diagram, you know now where the limit influence is. It is here. From here it is 0. So gather all the PMT you did in this zone, okay, and then you will try to get average. Remember, for each point here you will get this kind of curve for each point, okay, because it is pressure versus volume change or radius change. So you will then go and get average of this averaging, and the way to do this averaging is like this. So for each point you have, for example, PP1, 2, 3, okay, and you do the mean, the averaging is like this. Okay, A1, see A1 here, it's like this area. You divide it by different zone. A2,